The Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Natalie, we love the French here, don't we?
Oh, oui.
And what we love more than the French is the French that move to LA and then become artists. It's a very niche love.
That's a niche love, mate.
But finally, we have someone of that walking into the doors. He's known as Punk Me Tender. His real name is Romain, and he is an amazing street artist. Hi, Romain. How are you going, buddy?
I'm good, thank you.
So
How are you?
you've been here for how many days now?
3-4 days.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Are
Yes.
you loving Perth?
I love Perth. Perth
What's
is
your
beautiful.
favourite thing so far?
The sunrise.
Really?
Oh, the sunrise. Oh, you
Oh,
get up
beautiful.
early too.
Wow.
Or
Yeah.
you've got wicked jet lag, one of the two.
Yeah, I have a beautiful view from my room, and I can see the whole city. And I'm up at 6, so it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
nice.
Lovely.
Now, 3 days you've been here. How many buildings have you tagged?
I'm trying to stay out of jail. So.
Hey, Romain, can I ask you about street art itself from classical art? When you were growing up, did you have like more of a classical art type of background? Yeah, through school or anything? Or was it just street art that took you to this level?
It's graffiti and street art. Yeah, it took me this level. Yeah, I was,
Is it big in France?
yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially graffiti. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to graffiti over there? Are there walls that are known that you can just
Because I would
without
say
permission?
no.
No. That's what's exciting about it. It's not legal.
Yeah, right. Because I did learn in France that it's one of the only places that you don't have to ask for permission to film in the streets.
Okay.
Anyone can just rock up there and make something, and there's no permits needed. So I thought it
that's
might have been
awesome.
the same with
Not
graffiti.
a permanent mark on their beautiful buildings.
I suppose you don't want to be doing Nathan was here on the Louvre.
Graffiti itself, though, it was so long ago, I don't even know how long ago now, that it was all seemed to be, kids just going crazy and stuffing up
Rather than
buildings.
art.
Rather than art. So do you remember it changing to people acknowledging that this is fantastic and this is art?
I think street art brought this on the plate. Like street art put a light on graffiti. Graffiti is the origin.
Yeah.
But graffiti was more gang related. It was more like a mark for territory.
Yes.
Yeah.
It started in Philadelphia back in the 70s.
Yeah.
So, and then it went big in New York, and then it kind of flew to Europe, and in Europe it went very big. And street art kind of like it's born like this. It
Yes.
just brought like different kind of artists that not necessarily good at graffiti, but they can do other medium, stencil, paste, and things like this. So yeah.
I was watching the new series of Project Runway yesterday, guys. Reality show
Wow.
about fashion.
Fantastic.
And they had it's an all-star, so they had all people from the years before. And so one of the girls, she was on the first episode of the first series 18 years ago. They brought out some of her designs, and she looks back and she's like, oh my God, I can't
it's
believe I ever
embarrassing.
did that.
Yeah.
Looking back at your old art, because of course, your style develops. How do you look at your old pieces? Do you look at them and cringe, or do you look at them and go, no, that's part of my journey and I still stand by what that was?
Yeah, I stand by it. It's the journey, like, and no, I love it. I have no problem with the past and what I've done.
I mean,
before.
the nature of street art, though, like, because for a lot of Australians, we think about those alleys in Melbourne where literally people are painting every day and that it gets painted over. So is that, is that part of the process as well, that it's kind of transient and people might only get to enjoy it for a short time?
Yeah, I mean, it's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
It's like a butterfly,
Yeah.
It's one day it's here and then another it's gone. It's a part of sharing, It's art for the people. It's not in a gallery. It's outside. It's for everyone, and it's meant to change. Just
Yeah.
like the weather.
Yeah.
Romain, you just mentioned the butterfly, and a lot of the stuff we get to
It's a big
see
thing
of
for you, the
street
butterfly.
art is the butterfly. So why did you connect to that straight away?
Just how beautiful it is, light. It's just something that really represents my mood and who I am as a
Yeah.
person.
And a bit of metamorphosis as well, obviously.
Yeah, transformation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Beauty.
Yeah.
Peaceful.
How much money do you spend on paint a month?
I mean, quite a bit because I splash a lot.
Because you wouldn't buy
waste a lot.
tubes, would you? You'd buy, like, barrels.
I go to a hardware store and I buy house paint.
I do.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
do,
use
yeah,
house
right.
paint.
Yeah. For me, the quality of the paint doesn't really matter. It's more about like
What you do to it and how you apply it.
Exactly.
Because you've got so that's house paint on mirror.
Yeah, for most part, yes. I mean, I mix it with other things, but yeah.
Can you pick it off, or do you have to seal it?
It really depends of the medium and things like this. But I'm from the street. Like I didn't go to school and things like this.
Yeah.
So I do with what I find.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I
so
like
good.
that
Me
too.
too.
Yeah. So you say that street art's not for galleries, except that you have an exhibition at Galati Galleries. so what is that about? Bringing the street into sort of that formal gallery space?
I mean, the word gallery is can be anything.
Yeah.
The street can be the gallery. The TV can be a gallery. It's just it's going from the public to the private, I guess, in the gallery. We kind of have to make money also.
Yeah. Well,
You want money.
Oh,
How was
crazy.
that? How was that when you first started getting paid for this? Because if you're doing street art and
Yes.
and graffiti, sometimes someone then said, "Hey, we want this, and we'll pay for it."
It help us evolve too. Being an artist, it's a journey, and the journey is pretty long. And then, we want to do sculpture, we want to work with museum and things like this. So we need money, we need people to support what we do, and that's very important, That's why a collector are very important. They're part of the journey of an artist. With no collector, there's no artist.
When you first started this, how old were you?
I think the first painting I've done, I was 18 because I had my first apartment. And I needed to put paint on the wall to look good.
You just
Simple as
And so-
that.
and you
so-
did one of your pieces on your wall.
It didn't look
Like
anything
this?
close to that.
Yeah.
But it's just I wanted to make it look good, so I took pipes and glue them on. I like completely abstract stuff.
Did you get your bond back from your apartment?
No. I kind of left everything and went to the US. To be honest,
It's the best way to do it.
They're
mate.
actually still after
Yeah,
him.
that's right.
Jump on a plane and disappear.
yeah.
Because I was
Amazing.
wondering back then, when you're 18, I suppose you're going to tell your parents, I'm going to be an artist. But we all hear the phrase starving artist. And I think that's anything in the arts when a child goes that way. I think
Yes.
parents get frightened
Well,
about
parents
their
are like,
future.
yeah, that's okay, but can you get a real job
Yes.
as well?
Yeah.
But for you, this is a real job,
Well,
right?
how are your parents about you becoming an artist?
I don't think they care, to be honest with you. But you don't become an artist one day like this.
Yeah.
It's just a journey,
Yes.
little by little, and then you become professional, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like a musician or anything like
Yeah.
this. So you just professionalize yourself.
Yes.
as
So it
an
starts
artist.
with some fun
and then it
become-
becomes
yeah.
a business as well. It's something very serious. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't have to, but I take it very seriously.
Oh, no. Tell everyone, just to finish, Punk Me Tender, how did you get the name Punk Me Tender as your artist name?
It comes from Elvis Presley and Daft Punk.
It's that simple, everybody.
Put them together.
Yeah. Because Sean loves betting on horses and soup. So what would yours be, Sean? Soup Stallion.
Soup stallion. I like the word stallion.
Well, everybody can check out your exhibition, which is called Rise and Shine. It's running until Friday, the 20th of October at Galati Galleries in Cottesloe. Thanks so much for coming in, Romain.
Can people buy these pieces?
Yeah, of course. Some are sold already, but
Oh, really?
Yes,
Is
you
the
can.
surfboard sold?
yes, and the big one, yeah, too.
Oh, that'd be great.
How big's that big one, by the way? That's...
It's about 12 feet, so
Oh, jeez.
Who's got a house to put that in?
That's great.
People in Cottesloe.
Correct.
Thanks, Romain.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.